What's up, people? Welcome to the session. Welcome to Vedantu 9th and 10th English. I hope that all of you guys are sincerely doing well and taking care of yourself. Stay home and stay safe. That is the hashtag that you guys have to follow. So, welcome to yet another interesting session where we're going to talk about how holograms work. Now, if any of you guys have ever watched any kind of sci-fi movies like Avengers, especially Tony Stark, our very own Iron Man, hologram is the they depict hologram as the future of what computer screens look like, right? So we're going to talk about how does a hologram work, what exactly is it, on what principle does it work, everything that is related to it. So stay tuned, stay till the end. Make sure that you do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. With that said, let's begin, guys. What exactly is a hologram? Let's start with that. What is a hologram? So if you have to go by the definition, hologram is a shiny metallic pattern with ghostly images floating inside them. Wow, right? And yes, guys, that is what it is. What is a hologram? Like if you talk about 2D holograms that are there, basically, these kind of 3D holograms that you have on papers, on especially your notes, your what to say, your different countries, different currencies, you have this hologram so that people don't end up copying them. So this hologram gives you that, when you change the direction or when you change the direction of the light falling on it, the kind of image that you get is actually different. And that is what hologram is all about, giving that shiny metallic pattern to it, which appears like, sometimes it seems like it wasn't there before, but then when you change the direction of light, suddenly it starts to appear. But how can you make a hologram and how does it really work? So for a hologram, guys, until the invention of lasers, holograms did not basically have that kind of an impact, and as much as it has once the invention of laser was done. So what you have in a hologram is basically a set of two mirrors and one half mirror. So what happens is that the laser is allowed to fall on the laser light that is coming out of it is allowed to fall on the half mirror. So this half mirror, in the sense, it's like a translucent object. So a partial of the light is allowed to pass through them, refraction, and the other half is actually reflected from the surface. So it is kept exactly at a particular angle, exactly at 45 degrees, I believe so. So one ray of light would basically pass through it, refraction, and go and fall on the other mirror. Another ray of light would basically fall straight down after reflection, would fall onto the mirror and basically fall on the photographic plate. So this ray of light, the one that got refracted, this will basically go and fall on the object. This will follow the object, which is why it's called as the object ray or the object beam. And this will basically create an image on this hologram, basically on this photographic plate, which is what is called as the hologram. You have another ray of light that basically got reflected from this half mirror and again got reflected from this mirror. This is called as the reference beam. Now, why is it called as a reference beam? Is, guys, this object beam will form the image, right? Basically, it will form the image. But just forming that image will not give you that 3D effect. So what happens is that this reference beam, when it falls on the object beam, it creates something called a superimposition. In other words, it creates something called as an interference pattern. So what happens is that some parts of this on this photographic plate will have two rays of light maybe falling on the same plane. Basically, there's a again, we consider light as a wave. So basically what's happening is that two rays of light, or these two waves, would superimpose on one another. They'll basically impose over one another, or maybe they might cancel each other out. Maybe they might reduce the impact or reduce the brightness a little. So creating this is what, or may, because of this reason itself, you're able to get that 3D effect that we all crave to see when you change a hologram. So this is what happens because of this reference beam and this object beam being superimposed over one another. That is what creates the hologram. So again, in a hologram, sometimes you see that some places in the hologram becomes way too bright and others might be a little dull, whereas sometimes it'll cancel each other out. So there's a lot of patterns happening, and you see this. So these are the object beams, these are the reference beam, basically falls on the object and creates the interference pattern, which is placed basically on a photographic plate. Now this photographic plate also, the image that is formed, the hologram that is formed, is actually, it is in the, it is in micrometers, it is in nanometers, it is that very thin. So this photographic plate itself is actually a couple of micrometers. It's about 10 to 12 micrometers. So it's actually thick enough. There are several layers inside this photographic plate. Because of this, the image is formed on every single part of this photographic plate, and we don't need a separate photographic plate. A normal photographic plate like the ones that we use for normal photography and all that, no, it's the exact same thing which is used up over here itself. All right, so you have the object beam, which basically bounces off the object and falls on the photographic plate, and then you have the reference beam, which basically bounces off from the mirror and then falls onto the photographic plate. So the principle is, like I told you guys, it's nothing but the interference pattern that is formed. This interference pattern is what is getting recorded or getting imprinted on the holographic plate. Now, a good way to imagine this is like this. Imagine you have an object. Imagine you have an object. Now imagine light is a clay. For a second, imagine that light is a clay. So when clay will come and sit on the object, it will take the shape, right? It will take the shape. Now, this shape is what is getting imprinted. Basically, it gets bounced back and gets imprinted on the photographic plate. This is what light does. Light basically creates that imprint. Now again, if you have two types of holographs, you have the 3D holograph that you see in movies and stuff, where they look at the plan of a building, or they see if the suit is working fine or not. That is one type of holograph. And then you have the other kind of hologram, which is nothing but that is there on your currencies and stuff like that. So the one on currencies, basically that is also done on the exact same principle itself. So over there you would have you'll have a roller or some kind. You'll have a printing machine. So the laser would imprint on the printing machine, on the roll or metallic roll or something, and then it is printed on a sheet of paper. So that's how it works in those, and this makes it a lot more harder for people to people who are trying to forge currencies and all that. See, it's easy for you to make out whether the note is real or not. Is it nukly or is it real? You can easily make it out because of this thing, because of the holograms that are there. So these holograms make it much more possible for people much more difficult for people to actually copy it. Even in terms of passports also, you can't really make a passport that easily nowadays because of this reason, because of the hologram that is present. Because see, these holograms, that is the kind of pattern that are there in these holograms, no, that can only be achieved if you have the same exact device. If you have a different device, it won't be possible at all. So only if you have the same device, only then you can get some of these interference pattern, and for that reason it makes it a lot more harder for them to figure out how to forge these notes and passports and all that. And there are other kinds of holograms that you can see that for example, there are some holograms like for God's pictures and all. As you move, it seems like the God is watching you, right? So it looks like it's watching you. Even this one, like on credit cards and stuff, as you move, the bird also moves along with you. This also, again, as you tilt it, it also works on the exact same principle itself. So again, why is this happening is because every single part of that photographic plate is basically forming the entire image. This is the reason. So this is called as a divisible property. So every single part of this, even if you were to break that hologram in half, it will still form the complete image. So every single part of this is actually getting the complete image. That is why as you move it also, as the light falls on it is differing. That is, as you change the angle of it, as you rotate it, you still can get the complete image because of this principle, which is called as the divisible property. So again, so when they recombine the photographic plate, the object beam has traveled a slightly different path, and the reference beam would have traveled a slightly different path, and you get a different kinds of interference pattern. Sometimes it overlaps, sometimes it cancel each other out, sometimes it might be not intersecting with each other at all. So there's a lot of different possibilities, and that is what makes it so beautiful to look at, right guys? And that is the principle of a hologram. The next time you see a hologram, think that it's no magic, but it's just simple physics. Alright guys, and if you want to enroll into the Vedanta Pro subscription courses, the link is given in the description. These are all the dates that the courses are starting on. You're going to have a lot of fun and at the same time learn a lot too. So CBSE 10th and as well as 9th syllabus is going to start from 10th of May. For Maharashtra, it's on 24th of May. For ICSE, 9th and 10th, 24th of May. For JEE, that is people moving from 10th to 11th, JEE preparations, you can start right away. That's going to start from 10th of May. And for NEET as well, it's going to be starting from 10th of May. So I'll see you guys in the regular sessions. Thanks a lot for joining. I'll catch you guys in the next one with another interesting concept. So until then, people, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Love you all. Stay safe and stay home. Catch you guys soon. Bye bye guys.